God, when my dad found out Tamar and I were talking, we were only a couple months into getting to know each other. I have a jumbo coffee right here. Grab your coffee, girls. This is a good story. You guys already know we met in dental school. We were best friends for the first 2 years, and then we fell in love. Put these hair clips in. These are like the mini Huda Beauty ones. How cute are they? I knew I liked this man. Actually, at this point, I'm pretty sure we said I love you to each other. I had told my mom because I always told my mom everything, like any guy I even liked, she knew. But we all know, like, telling your dad is a little more serious, a little more scary. You don't tell your dad until he's ready to ask for your hand in marriage. I didn't get to tell my dad about Tamar because he found out all on his own. As a Middle Eastern girl, we all know that is a scary thing to happen. To be honest, my dad isn't like your typical strict Arab dad. He's very, very understanding. But you can imagine how he felt when my aunt calls him up and is like, hey, so your daughter is talking to a boy and he's not Arab. Scraping like any last remains of this Kosas under eye color corrector. It is the best color corrector. Goodbye, dark circle. Anyway, so I go to my dad and I'm like, hey, like, what's the deal with him? Is it serious? And I'm like, yes, like, we want to marry each other. We already talked about that. And he goes, all right, great. When's the wedding? You're getting married. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean? When is the wedding? We are still in dental school. We're broke. We're young. Like, absolutely not. My dad was like, there's no way you're gonna be talking to this man without a ring on your finger. I'm gonna use my mini Huda Beauty concealer. Look how cute this is. It's so mini. I called Tamar. By the way, this is like around 11 p.m. at night, right? It's really late. At this point, he's an hour away from me. I called Tamar up. I'm crying. I'm disheveled. I'm like, we can't be together. My dad found out about us and he says we have to get married now or we can't talk at all. Tamar clearly saw like I was all over the place. So he's like, okay, I'm going to profess my love to you right now and tell your father that I'm serious about you. I'm like, what do you mean? It's literally 11 at night. We had dental school the next day. I'm like, you're not going to drive an hour right now. Within 5 minutes, he gets up, he leaves the house. My parents are usually like the type to sleep early, but they're like, all right, we're staying up. Like if he's really coming. He gets here, I open the door, went straight to my dad and like no BS. At this point, it's like 12 a.m. and he's sitting with my dad outside. It's so serious. Me and my mom are like watching. We're like, what the heck is going on? Little Makeup by Mario, Dusty Rose. These blushes are so beautiful. Long story short, my dad ends up really liking Tamar. Tamar pretty much just assured him, I'm serious about your daughter. I really want to marry her. I love her. Like she's the one for me. My dad was like, okay, that's fine, but you two are still not going to be talking. And he told Tamar, when you're ready to ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, you can come back. I will welcome you with open arms. Tamar was like, all right. So he worked on telling his parents, whatever, and it took a little bit of time. Woo! And eventually Tamar came back, would have dinners with my parents, asked for my hand in marriage. I was scared because he's not Arab, he was Pakistani, that my parents would have like a hard time accepting it, but they saw like what he did. Like, you know what I mean? They saw he's a good guy. How could they say no to that? This story just goes to show you, if he wanted to, he would. If you're questioning, does he like me? Like, is he serious about me? That means the answer is no, because if he did like you, he would show it to you.
I found a wedding invitation in my boyfriend's drawer. He was listed as the groom, but some woman I've never heard of was listed as the bride. Yeah, y'all aren't ready for this one. I had been dating my boyfriend for 2 years. We lived together, had a dog together. We even had a shared Google Calendar called Our Future, where we put all upcoming dates of things we were planning on doing. So one weekend, he tells me that he's gonna go visit his parents. I'm like, okay, great, fine. I wanted to get some stuff done around the house, and it was much easier when he was not there. And as I'm cleaning in our bedroom, my eyes just kind of drift over to his junk drawer, which is in the nightstand next to the side he sleeps on. And let me tell you, this man has always been so weird about this drawer. Anytime I even get near it, he's like, don't go next to it. It's private. That's my stuff. That's my drawer. You can't go in there. Like, okay. He's so defensive about it that it just felt wrong. And to be honest with you, it's my home. Anything that's in my home is my business. You can't just have things in my house and feel like you can't tell me what it is. So naturally, I decided to go through it. And I'm digging through cables and cords and receipts. And that's when I see a thick envelope. Inside is really nice quality cardstock and embossed gold lettering. It's a wedding invitation. And my first thought is, he got invited to a wedding and didn't tell me? That's weird. But no, way worse. So then I start reading the invitation and it says, you are cordially invited to attend the wedding of my boyfriend's name to some random girl. Let's call her Melissa. I was like, who's Melissa? I have never heard the name Melissa in my life. And then I look, the date It's in 2 months. This is not like he had some secret fiance and they broke off the engagement years ago. No, this is an upcoming wedding. And the dates of the wedding were dates that he told me he was going to be on a business trip. So he really planned ahead for this. So obviously the first thing that I do is Google the woman. And yeah, she is real. She's gorgeous. Honestly, we kind of look alike. He is a type. The man has a type, let me tell you. And the worst part, her bio of her social media was future Mrs. his last name. I was like, I'm gonna crash out. So I do the only logical thing I can think of. I DM Melissa because I'm not going to give my boyfriend the opportunity to come up with some kind of lie. So I sent her a message and was like, hey girly, I think that your fiance may be my boyfriend. And she doesn't respond, but within 15 minutes, you know who does? My boyfriend. And he is screaming at me. He's telling me, you just ruined my entire life. You were just someone to pass time with. Melissa's the real love of my life. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Why are you acting like I was some kind of side chick? We were together for 2 years, lived together. Like we were in a very serious relationship. I was already so hurt, but then hearing him make our relationship seem like it was so worthless, that it meant nothing to him when it was incredibly serious. I met his family. He met my family. So his family all knew he had 2 relationships going. Isn't that insane? And I knew he was going to try to lie his way out of this. So I sent Melissa all the proof I had, our lease with both of our names on it, photos of us, text messages we were sending earlier that day, telling each other we loved each other. I mean, irrefutable proof that we were in a very serious relationship. Because I know if it was the other way around and Melissa would have found out and came to me saying my boyfriend was cheating, I wouldn't have believed her because there were no signs to me that my boyfriend was cheating on me other than the weird junk drawer thing. Then I took the dog and I got the heck out of that apartment. I never wanted to see that man ever again. And so sad for him, but the wedding was canceled. How do I know? Because me and Melissa, we've actually become friends. You would think that maybe she would hate me, but she knew that we were both in the exact same position. We were both duped by this man, and we're getting drinks next week, so that should be fun. Moral of the story, be nosy. Always check the junk drawer.
I can make 1,000,001 story times about my life. This one by far is the juiciest. I've thieved, I've lied, I've had no friends, I've had no dad. This one is the best. Or the worst, it's the juiciest. So I was badly bullied through primary and secondary school. And by badly, I mean my school attendance was literally about 10%. And also I know for a fact this person's going to watch this. Maybe this is a little disclaimer to not bully someone because it comes back to haunt you. As I said, I was badly bullied, but as well as the bullies, you have the observers. The ones that are friends with the bullies film what they're doing and laugh with them. They don't necessarily bully you. In my opinion, they're worse. Because at least the bully has the balls to do it. You're just sat there filming it. Anyway, moving on. I'm not sure how much to say. I'm not sure what to give away. So there was this one group of friends. There were 3 of them. Sometimes 4, but that person kept falling out with them. And this group was brutal. When I was eating, they would chuck food at me and tell me to stop eating. When I sat down in class, they would sit next to me. They would like follow me around the school, shouting things at me. They'd make sure to get behind me in line so they could shout stuff behind me. They were probably the most tedious, brutal group. There was quite a few groups that bullied me. So anyway, there was one girl in this group that didn't actually bully me, but she was an observer. So she would film it and post it and laugh with them as they were chucking food at me. Anyway, the peak of this was in about year 9, year 10. So quite a while ago now. And obviously when I left school, I lost all contact. I lost contact during school because I just unfollowed them all. However, some of them follow me. That's so cringe. No, but seriously, some of them follow me. Like, ask me to promote their business. That's not the story. But this one girl, the observer, she, re-entered my life. This is where I don't know what to say. You can put 2 and 2 together. We're friends here. She re-entered my life because of my brother. Yeah. So my brother is 2 years and 2 school years above me. So you can kind of figure out why she re-entered my life because of my brother. And when I tell you this next part, it's what? I don't get how people's brains work like this. So she was telling my brother how much she regretted it, how she doesn't speak to the people in that group, which is a lie because she actually does and she's friends with them, both of them. That's lie number 1. I feel like I'd make a whole part series about this girl. However, if you regretted it so much, if you regretted bullying someone or being the observer, you would go back through them videos and delete them, wouldn't you? Because who wants a year ago in their Snapchat memories popping up about you laughing and bullying this kid? Quite literally a kid, 13 years old. Anyway, you would delete the videos, right? No, she didn't. Even though she quote unquote regretted it so much. My brother and her were just chilling and she just shows him the video of me. Of all of them, it was in a changing room and they were laughing at. They were saying horrible stuff and literally, I swear to God, I was crying in the corner and she was just filming it. As soon as he told me about this situation, I know the exact video she showed. She was laughing. She said something like, ha, look what I found. You're showing that to my brother who saw me go through all of this. And that's what I mean by this story is ridiculous. I can obviously confidently say she's not in my life anymore. And that's not even all she did. However, that is how my high school bully actually re-entered my life. 2023 didn't really go off to the start we wanted. Being serious though, please don't bully anyone. I laugh about this whole situation and what happened to me before. However, it really did mess me up mentally and it's just not a kind thing to do. If you're in a friendship group with people that bully people, leave. Be the bigger person because you're just as bad. My life is full of drama.
It's embarrassing to have a baby dad that acts like a baby mom. It's fucking ghetto. I'm not even trying to be funny with that. For a little story time. Okay, this man lives an hour away basically. Every other weekend is his weekend. Halfway point that we have set in our order is his mom's house. 3 months ago, this man texts me and says, my mom moved and it's gonna have to be to my house. So he expected me to drive an hour every time. On Friday is our drop off and pick up is Sunday. Does not give me any gas money. He doesn't let me know what the fuck the plan is, right? Okay, cool. So usually that means he's not getting him. So my son asked me to go to a fucking birthday party. I let my son go to the birthday party. Last minute he wants to say, yeah, I want him. Okay, well, you call your son and you let him know you're about to come pick him up. Why do I have to call him? Let's fast forward. Junior calls him, tells him, hey, dad, I want to go to the birthday party. He thinks that it's funny and sends me this text message. Order is pick up, drop off at his mom's house. Says, and it could be altered. But mind you, my dad has Junior because they're going to a birthday party. My dad. I say, Dad, he wants Junior to be dropped off at his mom's house at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna come get him. The good dad that I have says, no, T, don't worry about it. I'll drop him off at his mom's house. He's already here and he's having fun. It's okay. Gets to his house at 7:30 this morning. Drops Junior off. He texts my phone 9 o'clock. So that's 2 hours or whatever. Didn't drop Junior off. My dad, I said, Dad, you said that you dropped Junior off this morning, right? He said, yeah, I dropped him off. I knocked on his mom's door. I dropped him off. Junior is at your mom's house. He texts me this. You didn't drop Junior off. Why the fuck does it matter? Y'all don't understand what this man has put me through. Last year, this man was trying to take custody of my son and put me on child support. Every single mom knows how it feels when you try so hard to make sure your child is something in this world. My son is in the gifted program. My son is AB honor roll. My son gets awards every fucking month. Stay here and I try so hard to make sure my son is something. Y'all watch me every day. Y'all see how happy I am. I'm not a bitter ass baby mom, y'all. Made sure that you have a son on this earth that you can be proud of. Don't ask him for nothing. All I want is respect, yo. And I get games like y'all saw in those text messages. Y'all see how highly my son talks. See how amazing my son is. That is me. Sit down and read books with him. I sit down and study with him. Least you can do is literally just respect me and talk to me like a fucking human. Why did you intentionally call your mom and ask, hey, did Teresa drop him off or did somebody else drop him off? But y'all, I am so like, he tried to do this and I just said, you know what, have a blessed one. I'll be there at pickup on Sunday. Oh, tomorrow is Sunday. I know, I'm a whole fucking adult, bro. No matter how hard I try, it doesn't matter. This is what I get.
I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me, and this is how I got my revenge. I never saw myself as a vengeful person, but apparently I am. And I don't regret a single thing. I'd been dating my boyfriend for years, so I thought I was gonna marry the man, and I trusted him more than anyone, so when he started getting weird about his phone, I didn't think anything of it. Call me naive, but my birthday was coming up, and I just thought he was trying to surprise me. I was wrong. And I was completely oblivious to the fact that I was dating a narcissistic, pathological liar. Till one day, he goes to go to the bathroom, leaves his phone dings, I look down and he has a text message from system notifications. Okay, can you try a little harder? At least make her contact a guy's first and last name. Don't make it that you're getting a text message from system notifications. How stupid do you think I am? And obviously, we've been dating for years. I have his passcode. I open that thing right up. Yep. Over a year, that man has been texting this girl, fully having an affair. Like, it was a full-blown relationship. They were basically dating, saying I love you. Something about me is that I'm a very emotional person. I'm a soft girly, and normally I cry at everything. But in that moment, I saw those texts, and I just ran cold. I felt so numb. It's like every single emotion I had towards him went away. I didn't want to cry or yell at him or ask him why. I just wanted revenge. And I got it. Do not ask me how I did it, but he came back from the bathroom and I acted like absolutely nothing was wrong. I told him I was just tired and wanted to go to sleep, but I didn't sleep at all that night. I planned my revenge. You see, the reason that my boyfriend probably cheated on me in the first place is because he's a very insecure man, and most of that stems from his relationship with his older brother. There's really no other way to put it other than my boyfriend's older brother doesn't have any flaws. He was the captain of every single sport growing up, insanely attractive, models. He's a genius, doesn't even have to study to get straight A's, highest marks in the class, and is just the kindest, funniest person of all time. There is nothing wrong with this man. And his older brother tried so hard to have a good relationship with him, but he was just always so resentful that his brother was good at everything, got everything he wanted, that he was terrible to him. He is so mean to his older brother. The way he talks to him, the way he treats him, it's horrific, really. His older brother was never anything but kind to him. Last Thanksgiving, they got into a fight over who was gonna pick the movie to watch that night, and my boyfriend ended up punching his older brother in the face, and yeah, they haven't spoken since. And I know the only person in the world that can get under my boyfriend's skin is his older brother. And luckily, his older brother has a little bit of a soft spot for me. So the morning after I see the incriminating text messages, I call my boyfriend's older brother, who's very surprised to hear from me because, again, my boyfriend and his older brother haven't been talking, so I haven't talked to him either. And he was like, "What's wrong? Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Not really. It's actually not really okay at all." And I tell him exactly what happened. I told his older brother I fully expected him to just hang up on me and call my boyfriend and be like, "Hey, your girlfriend knows you're cheating and she's wanting to get revenge using me, so work that one out." And maybe I was kind of wanting him to tell me that it was a bad idea and kind of put me in my place, get me back in line, but he didn't. Instead, his brother says, "You know what? This is really out of character for us, but this man deserves it. Let's get revenge." And we spent 2 hours on the phone coming up with the perfect plan. If you thought this was a simple one-step plan, you're very wrong. This plan took span over the course of a full month. Yeah, we were committed. Step 1. I started accidentally calling my boyfriend by his older brother's name randomly in conversation. I'd be like, "Oh, can you pass me the water?" Brother's name. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's so weird. I don't know why I'm calling you that. I would only do it like once every other day. And at first he was a little annoyed, but it started to drive him crazy. He was like, "Why are you calling me my brother's name? Like, what is going on?" I was like, "I don't know. So weird. I guess maybe I started doing it like once and now I just can't stop. My bad." Step 2, my boyfriend's older brother gave me a ton of his old t-shirts that had sports teams he likes or bands that he listens to. And I started wearing them around the house. And my boyfriend would be like, "Wait, is that my brother's shirt?" And I'd be like, "What are you talking about? I've had this shirt forever. Have you never seen me wear it before? Why are you being weird?" I would be wearing a t-shirt of such a niche band that literally no one has heard of, that I hadn't even heard of. And my boyfriend would be like, "No, that is definitely my brother's shirt." And I'd be like, "Why are you acting like this? I like this band. Do you not even know what music I listen to?" Step 3, I would find every occasion to bring his brother up in conversation. I'd be like, "Wait, do you see this show is on? Do you remember when like the 3 of us all watched that together? That was so fun. I miss your brother. You should really call him. I feel like we should all hang out. I miss him." After about 3.5 weeks of this, my boyfriend was going absolutely insane because there was no concrete evidence that anything was going on. But I mean, I was planting seeds. This is when I really started to turn up the heat on this plan. I went over to his brother's apartment and I butt dialed my boyfriend. My boyfriend picks up, he's like, "Kels, hello. And me and his brother are pretending like we don't know that we accidentally called him, and we're laughing. I'm saying his name, so he knows who I'm with. I'm making it very clear, and I can just hear my boyfriend on the phone just being like, "Kels, what's going on? What's going on?" My boyfriend hangs up because we're not responding, and I already know he's gonna be on the way to his brother's house. So his brother and I get in our separate cars and we drive to the grocery store. And finally, when I assume my boyfriend will almost be to his brother's house, I finally call him. I'm like, "Oh, hey babe, I didn't see you were calling me. I was grocery shopping." You wanna know who I just ran into? Your brother. Isn't that so random? I haven't seen him in so long. He's at the grocery store right now. I was making this man feel crazy. I really was. But it was time to put our final plan in action. My boyfriend's older brother calls him and says that he really wants to talk to him and asks him to come over to his apartment so that they can make up. My boyfriend goes over, walks in the kitchen, and right there on the counter is my jacket. The thing is bright pink. You can't miss it. It's clearly mine. I sprayed it with so much of my perfume so that my boyfriend would know for 100% sure that the jacket in his brother's kitchen was mine, meaning I was in his kitchen. And there was absolutely no way I was gonna miss the show, so I hid in the pantry. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. My boyfriend was freaking out. He was like, what's going on between you and Kels? Just like absolutely lashing out. And his brother's like, oh, the jacket? Yeah, when we were shopping, she got hot, so she put it in my cart and just forgot to grab it on her way out. So I was gonna give it to you to bring back to her, so I brought it out here. Again, just actually making him feel crazy. So after all the drama goes down and my boyfriend angrily storms out of his brother's house, I come out of the pantry and start to debrief with his brother. And I was like, you know what? I kind of get why my boyfriend is so resentful to you, because you've had everything you've ever wanted. And that's when his brother looks at me and says, that's no excuse. I was never resentful towards him, and he's had something I've always wanted. And just stares at me. And we just stare at each other for like, I feel like it felt like a solid 30 seconds, just not saying anything, until I was like, okay, well, I gotta go. Hope you have a good rest of your night. My head was absolutely spinning because this man is actually perfect, but he had always been my boyfriend's older brother. But now, even though he's still technically my boyfriend, or he thinks he's my boyfriend, he's not my boyfriend anymore. The minute that man cheated on me, we were donezo. But I didn't have time to think about this perfect man. I had to go implement the final part of my plan. I get home and my boyfriend is still reeling. He's like, what's going on between you and my brother? Are you cheating? Like, what's going on? I said, you know, usually when someone is this convinced that their partner's cheating on them with no real basis, it's because they're feeling guilty about something. Do you have anything to feel guilty about? And like a flip of a switch, my boyfriend starts sobbing and admits to the entire affair. Little does he know that I actually knew the entire time. So the best part about the plan is that when he told me, I had no reaction and acted like I didn't care. And I just said, okay, well, I wish you the best then. I'm gonna pack up my stuff and, have a good rest of your life. Just like that. Like he meant nothing to me. He couldn't believe it. He was like, you're not mad? You're not gonna yell at me? You're not gonna cry? Nothing? I was like, no, I don't really feel like that's necessary. Again, wish you the best. I walked out of that house, and even though he's tried calling and texting me, haven't spoken to him since. Also, haven't spoken to his brother since, who also has been trying to call me. So that's a little messy. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna end up at family Thanksgiving again this year, just with a different brother. If they were fighting over who was gonna pick a movie, can't imagine how this fight would go.
My boyfriend cheated on me with my mom. Yeah, my own mother. My parents got pregnant with me when they were 16 years old, and they've never actually been together. They were high school sweethearts. They dated like 4 months and broke up before I was even born. I've never been particularly close with my mom. Actually, I lived with my dad and my paternal grandparents growing up, and I'm super close to them. I love them. And I mean, I saw my mom for like some holidays and my birthday, but she was just kind of there, not somebody I was ever close to. She was just always way more concerned in her social life and dating and all of the men that she was seeing that she didn't have time for a daughter. And as much as that hurt me growing up, I was really lucky to have a super cool dad and a great relationship with that side of my family, so it was fine. About 3 years ago, I get a message from my mom, and she tells me that she's getting married and she wanted me to be her maid of honor in her wedding. Kind of weird considering we were not close, but I guess I am her daughter, so I agreed. And through planning her wedding, me and my mom actually got really close and established this bond we never had. I also loved her then fiance, now husband. He was the most incredible guy, so kind, treated my mom so well. And I felt like my mom was turning a new leaf and becoming a way better person and way more responsible. Yeah, I was wrong about that, okay? I was wrong about that. Even though me and my mom got a lot closer, we actually lived in different states, so we didn't get to see each other that often. But about 2 months ago, her and her new husband moved to live about 30 minutes away from me to help reestablish our relationship, which I thought was so cool and amazing. And I was so excited that I could finally introduce her to my boyfriend. I had been dating my boyfriend for a little over a year, and things were going great. We never really fought. He was a super great guy. I trusted him. Obviously shouldn't have, but I was excited to introduce him to my mom. He heard a lot about her, but logistics just never made it that they could meet. The first time I introduced my mom to my boyfriend was actually at their housewarming party, which was a super small group of people, some people that she had known from high school, and me and my boyfriend. Immediately, I was kind of weirded out because she was very touchy with my boyfriend and very complimentary. And my mom is not like that. She is a harsh critic. Like, I walked in and she was like, Kelsey, why would you wear a shirt that's wrinkled? I didn't even think the shirt was, I didn't see a single wrinkle. But then she looks at my boyfriend and she's like, oh my gosh, you didn't tell me your boyfriend was so handsome. And for the rest of the night, I swear the whole party just turned to be about my boyfriend. She was just asking him a million questions about himself, only talking to him, only focusing on him, which I was a little weirded out by, considering that I hadn't seen my mom in person in over a year. I thought that maybe she would want to know what I was up to a little bit more. But I was like, he is a huge part of my life. Maybe this is my mom's way of showing that she cares about me. Okay, sorry, I was gaslighting myself. I know, I'm fully aware I was gaslighting myself. When we're getting ready to leave, I can't find my boyfriend and I see him on the other side of the room in a one-on-one conversation with my mom, and they're standing very close and she's whispering something to him. And I got this feeling in my gut that something was wrong. But who would ever think that there was something going on between their mother and their boyfriend? So I asked him about it after we left. I was like, what was my mom saying to you? And he was like, oh, she was just telling me that she's so happy that I found a great guy. Over the next month, my boyfriend started acting really sketchy. I was catching him in lies about where he was. He turned his location off. And in my head, I thought, my birthday's coming up. He must be planning something for my birthday and I don't want to ruin the surprise. Again, gaslighting myself. Okay, looking back, yeah, I can see all the red flags. But when you're in the moment, like, you want to assume the best. But everything came crashing down a few days ago when my boyfriend was taking a shower and I was just chilling in bed and I just heard his phone buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. Normally, he takes his phone into the bathroom with him. Again, sketchy, but he didn't this time. So it was just annoying me like no other. So I was just going to flip it over and turn it on silent to turn the vibrate off. But that's when I saw who was texting him. And y'all guessed it. Guess who was sending him all those text messages? Yes, my mother, my own mother. Now, he didn't have his text previews on, so I could only see that my mom had sent him 15 text messages, but I couldn't see what they said. But, he lost his right to privacy, so I immediately boop, 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 put his passcode right in and opened up that text thread. And when I read the messages, I guess I had this inkling, but I was telling myself I was crazy. Yeah, it was worse than I expected. She's telling him how hot he looked in his new Instagram photo, how much she enjoyed hanging out with him the night before, how she's excited to hang out with him later in the week. And she even said, I don't get why you'd be my daughter when you could be with the original. She also had sent him an entire album of the two of them, looking like a couple, kissing and cuddling and being out on dates. She's like taking a photo holding his hand and he's like leading her somewhere. What? We don't have a couples album. He doesn't like taking photos. How did it take this woman 2 months to come and steal my man? 2 months! Now, we were at my boyfriend's house, so I decided I needed to get out of there. I just left the text thread up on his phone, put the phone down, and left. Like, this is taking mommy issues to a whole new level. I'm sure he was confused when he came out of the bathroom and saw that I wasn't there, but when he opened his phone, he would know the exact reason why I left. Now, he's tried to call and text me a million times, but I've only gotten one text message from my mom, and it just says, please don't tell your stepdad. Mommy, I'm not gonna tell him. Yet, I haven't figured out the perfect way to. I'm really glad that my dad raised me when I was growing up, because at least he taught me to not take what wasn't mine.
Story time on how a blackmailer helped me find out that my boyfriend was cheating on me. Let me set the scene. It's New York City. It's 2019. If you know, you know. Those were the days. Pre-COVID, New York. I was 23. I'm having the time of my life. I'm partying. I'm dating. I'm on Hinge mostly. That was the way to date in New York in 2019, okay? Promise me. Believe me. So anyways, I matched with this guy. He's cute. Not really my type. But you know what? I just want to go out and have fun. So, let's go. So we go on a date, we go to get happy hour drinks, we're having a great time. My friends text me, hey, we're at this rooftop. I'm like, do you want it? And he's like, sure. So we go hang out with my friends. And then I think his friends ask us to do something. We go hang out with his friends. Oh, meeting the friends on the first date. This is going great. Then he's like, let's go see a comedy show. Okay, let's go see a comedy show. So we go see a comedy show. We go back to his place. We order some Chinese food. The cutest date ever. I end up spending the night. We get breakfast the next morning. I stay all day. It's a 24-hour date, which is how most of my relationships start because, and I love the, So me and this guy, we start dating. We start hanging out every day. We're going on dates all the time. He takes me to his family's beach house, just the two of us on a little romantic vacation. And mind you, this is all within like 2 months. That's how things usually go for me. It's very fast, all in. And then about a month or so after our beach vacation, he starts acting a little distant. We all know it. We all know the story. It's hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden, whoa. So I think he's going, whoa, and I'm like, well, shit. Bye, that was fun. But he's being weird, but not completely pushing me away. So I'm like, what is going on? And I just annoy him until he tells me. He says, I'm going through something right now. I'm being blackmailed by someone. I'm like, blackmailed? Oh, what would you be blackmailed for? And he tells me he's being blackmailed because he sent someone photos. They're blackmailing him with these photos, trying to say they'll tell his family, his work. They've already found people on Instagram. It's bad. And me and my little empathetic heart, I'm like, I'm so sorry. That is so hard to go through. You trusted someone with your intimate photos and they're using it against you to get money. But I am empathetic and I know that people make mistakes and people do stuff. And I'm like, I get it. And that really sucks that you're going through it. So I go full force, stand by my man. That's my man. And he is being blackmailed unfairly. Of course, I asked the question, who is blackmailing you? Don't you know them? And it turns out he sent nudes to someone on Tinder through Google chat, something weird. And that is how he is being blackmailed. And he says it happened before we were dating. And of course, yeah, why would it happen while we were dating? You have me. Why would you want nudes from a stranger? Don't know. I got plenty of those right here. So I am so distraught. I go tell my friends. I'm crying to them. Oh my God, my poor boyfriend. Friends hear the story. They're a little suspicious. They say, just why would someone he sent nudes to over 2 months ago just now be blackmailing him? And I'm like, you guys are just haters. I know this man. I trust my man. I don't know what you're talking about. But they keep on like good friends should, and they say, Jess, you need to ask him about when these photos were sent because this is extremely suspicious. So I go ask my mans because my friends are more sane than I am, so I have to take their advice. And at question after question, he just seems a little off. And so I keep asking and asking, and finally he's like, fine. Someone I sent nudes to 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? I mean, about right after we got back from our romantic beach vacation? He's like, yes. And he tells me our beach vacation just made it feel too serious for him. So he got back on the dating apps, and that's when he sent the nudes, and he's being blackmailed over them. I said, and you let me cry for you? And you let me feel bad for you when you were just cheating on me? And then we're at his apartment. He's like, I have to go get a haircut. You stay here. We can talk when I get back. So he goes and gets a haircut. I take a shower because I'm sobbing. And then I go and I leave. And that was how I left him.
It's embarrassing to have a baby dad that acts like a baby mom. It's fucking ghetto. I'm not even trying to be funny with that. For a little story time. Okay, this man lives an hour away, basically. Every other weekend is his weekend. Halfway point that we have set in our order is his mom's house. 3 months ago, this man texts me and says, my mom moved and it's gonna have to be to my house. So he expected me to drive an hour every time. On Friday is our drop off and pick up is Sunday. Does not give me any gas money. He doesn't let me know what the fuck the plan is, right? Okay, cool. So usually that means he's not getting him. So my son asked me to go to a fucking birthday party. I let my son go to the birthday party. Last minute he wants to say, yeah, I want him. Okay, well, you call your son and you let him know you're about to come pick him up. Why do I have to call him? Let's fast forward. Junior calls him, tells him, hey, Dad, I want to go to the birthday party. He thinks that it's funny and sends me this text message. Order is pick up, drop off at his mom's house. Says, and it could be altered. But mind you, my dad has Junior because they're going to a birthday party. My dad. I say, Dad, he wants Junior to be dropped off at his mom's house at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to come get him. It's the good dad that I have. Says, no, T, don't worry about it. I'll drop him off at his mom's house. He's already here and he's having fun. It's okay. Gets to his house at 7:30 this morning. Drops Junior off. He texts my phone 9 o'clock. So that's 2 hours or whatever. Didn't drop Junior off. My dad, I said, Dad, you said that you dropped Junior off this morning, right? He said, yeah, I dropped him off. I knocked on his mom's door. I dropped him off. Junior is at your mom's house. He texts me this. You didn't drop Junior off. Why the fuck does it matter? Y'all don't understand what this man has put me through. Last year, this man was trying to take custody of my son and put me on child support. Every single mom knows how it feels when you try so hard to make sure your child is something in this world. My son is in the gifted program. My son is AB honor roll. My son gets awards every fucking month. Stay here and I try so hard to make sure my son is something. Y'all watch me every day. Y'all see how happy I am. I'm not a bitter ass baby mom, y'all. Made sure that you have a son on this earth that you can be proud of. Don't ask him for nothing. All I want is respect, yo. And I get games like y'all saw in those text messages. Y'all see how highly my son talks. See how amazing my son is. That is me. Sit down and read books with him. I sit down and study with him. Least you can do is literally just respect me and talk to me like a fucking human. Why did you intentionally call your mom and ask, hey, did Teresa drop him off or did somebody else drop him off? But y'all, I am so like, he tried to do this and I just said, you know what, have a blessed one. I'll be there at pickup on Sunday. Oh, tomorrow is Sunday. I know, I'm a whole fucking adult, bro. No matter how hard I try, it doesn't matter. This is what I get.